Wish lists. What are they? Why are they important? Why are developers not talking about them most of the time? Who created them? Who sent them? Where do they come from? And what do they want from us? All those questions I'm gonna, well, not all of those questions because some are a bit silly. Some of those questions, the important ones, I'll answer in this video. I'll also talk about the wishlist numbers on Regulator City, my upcoming game, and maybe some other wishlist numbers on released games after the intro. So let's just start with the most important questions. Why are wishlists important? Why are all developers always asking for wishlist my game before it launches? Main reason is like it's sort of a newsletter thing. You're pretty much registering on Steam your interest in the game. And as soon as that game launches, Steam will send you an email telling you a game on your wishlist just launched, is now available, go get it. So the more people that have your game wishlisted, the more people will get an email on the day you launch your game. Now there is a second reason to get a lot of wishlists. The Steam algorithm, well, basically that's it. The Steam algorithm will look at the amount of wishlists, and new games or upcoming games with a lot of wishlists will make it to the top of certain lists, like hot upcoming or new upcoming hit games and things like that. The more wishlists you have, the more chances you'll be appearing on the front pages and on lists at the top, and that's a very hot position to be in. The thing here is that you need a lot of wishlists. I think it starts at like 50,000 wishlists. Some here and there you'll read about 10,000. That's a great minimum, but you really need more than that to make any impression, especially if you're releasing during a very busy schedule where a lot of games are releasing. You just need 50,000 or more wishlist. For my type of games and my games, I've never even gotten close to that. I'll get into that for like Residual, my last released game. We'll just look at those wishlists in a minute. Wasn't even close to 10k. I've never been close to 10k. I think Space Grunts now, which was released in 2016, I think right now it's at 10k wishlist, but it's already available. So people are just wishlisting it, but not buying it. Now the reason for that is still great because those people are interested, but they're probably waiting for a discount on your game. And that's another great reason to have a lot of wishlists. Those people will get an email every time you discount the game or you put it on sale or whatever. They will get an email and they might be remembered to get your game, buy it. We're now at a discounted price. You still have interest in it because it's in your wishlist. Buy it. So every time you do a discount, people who have your game on wishlist will get an email. That shows that wishlists are like a newsletter, except that Steam is operating it. No big deal there because it's very cheap. Steam does all the operations, does all the emailing. Of course, you don't have the direct connection to those gamers. So that means for your next game, you pretty much start from scratch at zero. You have to just find all the wishlists again. You can't contact the people from your previous game because Steam has those people locked up in a wishlist for your game. You don't have direct connection with them. But all in all, those are a couple of the main reasons to have a lot of wishlists. The more, the better. So these are the wishlists for my current game, Regulator City. I started the Steam page on February the 1st. Gaining 75 wishlists, and then it kind of trickles down the rest of the time. There's a little weird spike over here which added 45 wishlists on a 47 on a single day. I can't really find why or where it came from. I'm suspecting a TikTok I did, which did pretty well. It was on a Thursday, and of course I upload these videos on a Thursday, but this happened to be a Thursday where I didn't even talk about Regulator City or mention it. Still, it could be coming from that video or the TikTok or just some other randomness. You can't really find any reason for this. Currently, I'm at 347 wishlists. 13 people first wishlisted the game, but then already deleted it again. That happens, that's okay, because you want quality wishlists. You want people that actually wishlist the game, but are also most likely to buy the game when it launches. So quality wishlists are important. Over here you can also see there are 5 Mac people. Sorry guys, it's not going to be on Mac, or at least not on Steam. There are 8 Linux users and the rest is, well, 106 Windows and 241 are unspecified. That might have been people wishlisting the game through smartphones or whatever. I'm not sure, but
pretty sure those are mostly Windows gamers.
So that's not a huge amount of wishlist. 347, let's say like maybe 10% buys the game on launch, maybe a bit more. Not a lot of sales yet. Of course, not everybody presses the wishlist button, and there will be people that notice the game after it goes live and haven't wishlisted it before. So it doesn't say everything about sales, but right now it does say that this game is not going to be a hit game. Of course, there's still room to grow. I haven't done any marketing per se. I've only been posting on social media, Twitter, just random GIFs and images and things like that. Of course, my weekly videos, TikToks, Instagram posts. I'm mostly reaching out to people that are already following me in some way, and are most likely already interested in my games. So I'm not reaching new people. It will grow. I'm not worried too much, but I also set realistic goals. I'm not gonna reach 10k wishlist. I'm not gonna reach 50k. My goal right now is to reach the 1k wishlist. That's a good amount. And hopefully we'll reach 2-3k before we launch. The main drive for that will be the Regulator City demo. That's gonna be in the Steam Next Fest, which happens in June. People will get to play the game, the demo. I will do a little bit more promotion about that, and hopefully Steam will also surface that demo to a lot of players and people will love it, and hopefully they will wishlist the final game. We'll have to figure out how that goes, but yeah, with some luck we'll double the amount of wishlist we have now. And that already brings us a lot closer to that 1k goal. And after that, we'll have to see how to improve these numbers.
This is the timeline for Residual, my last game that got released last September. Launched in the Steam page, then little spikes. I think this is like 58. There are some spikes that are 39, 39. Then over here, I think we announced the game. With a bigger trailer and things, and this coincides with Apogee announcing their publishing stuff and thingies. So that's 180 wishlists. Now this big spike is interesting. This comes from a video. Splattercat Gaming showed the game to his audience, and that gained us a bunch of wishlists. 350 here, 616 extra. So about almost 1k extra wishlist from a YouTube video. I think Apogee actually paid him for that video, which is, yeah, I'm not sure. As an indie developer, we can't really do those type of things because it's costly. It was expensive, and I'm not sure if it was worth the money. I don't know the exact numbers, but you do notice that if you have a YouTuber with a decent audience, it can really drive people to your Steam page, or at least to your game. So very interesting. Of course, it got launched somewhere around here, and then it slowly dies off, but there are still here and there people adding it to their wish list. The game hasn't been discounted yet. That's gonna happen probably somewhere this year. So we're gonna reach a lot of people that have it wishlisted. There are still, the balance is still 6,800, so almost 7k people have this game wishlisted, which is still a lot. And we can reach them by doing some good discounts, maybe some updates and things like that. So that's pretty interesting numbers.
So after you release a game, wishlisting doesn't stop, and that's still something weird and interesting. People will keep wishlisting the game even though it's available. The main reason I can come up with is that they don't like the price point it is at, or right now they don't have the money to pay for games, and they're just wishlisting it to remember to buy it later on. Of course, that's either going to be in a discount because they'll get an email message notifying them that they had something on their wishlist that's now discounted. Buy it, maybe. Now, a lot of these wishlists simply don't convert to sales. Like the majority of wishlists will just stay wishlists and they don't turn into buyers or anything. Not sure what's going on there. That's probably, but that ties in with the quality of your wish list. You actually want people that are most likely gonna actually buy the game when it's available. Those are very quality wish lists. So if you're just gonna ask all your friends to wishlist your game and add it to the list because I need a lot of wishlist numbers, but they're not gonna buy the game, you're probably gonna hand out free copies to them anyway. So these wish lists are not that interesting. Of course, the algorithm doesn't know that. So if you have 10,000 friends or 40,000 friends, that's gonna help, that's gonna work, except you're not gonna have a lot of sales because, well, those people are not gonna buy it, but you do have a great birthday party with so many friends. Wishlist, important. Now for the fun of it, let's open up an older game of mine, Space Grunts, mentioned it before. It's been out and released for 4 or 5 years now. Let's see what it has been doing wishlist wise.
So Space Grunts has been released since, well, 2015, or apparently I created the Steam page back in 2015, August. It had some great spikes. This game also went in early access, which might have converted in more wishlist at the start. I'm not sure. We're gonna probably find out with Regulator City as well. I'm thinking about doing a early access for that. As you can see, it's very low. There you can barely see the wishlist. However, we're now 7 years further down the road. Balance is 8k wishlist. A lot of people bought it, obviously, over the years. A lot of people stopped wishlisting it for whatever reason. And of course, a lot of people bought the game without wishlisting it. Those aren't mentioned here. Wishlist right now is 8,000, so every time I put this game on a discount or sale, I'm reaching about 8,000 people and telling them or reminding them about Space Grunts. If I can combine it with a good update and a good post about that update, it's very likely that I can convert a lot of these wishlists into sales. So over the years, it just keeps growing and it keeps going. But it's very hard to reach 10 or 20,000 wishlists.
Now, it might be possible for other games to reach 10 or 20,000 wishlists. The thing is that I create my games fairly fast. For a good example, I was working on Ashworld back in 2017. There was another game that also had driving in the desert and things like that. And I was really worried that we might be bumping heads, having the same type of game and setting, and people would look at that game, which was 3D, and they would look at my game and think, well, that's the weak one, we're gonna go for the other one. 4 years later, that game hasn't been released and launched. It's still in development. So their game now has 4 years of attracting wishlists. I've also seen other smaller games that were also announced when I was doing, I don't know, Gunslugs 3, I think, 2019, that still haven't been released. We're 3 years later. They obviously have a lot more wishlists. However, I've released a bunch of games, Ashworld, Space Grunts 2, Gunslugs 3, Snake Core, Residual. I'm now working on Regulator City. I have 6 games in that same time span as they have 1 game. If I combine all those wishlist numbers, it probably evens out. I'm not sure if it evens out revenue-wise, but I don't work on games for 4 or 5 years. I don't have the funding for that, I don't have the backing for that, and I don't have the patience for that. And really working on a game for 15 months is maxing out my patience on a single game. Then I want to do other stuff, I got a bunch of other ideas, I want to work on those. So it's a different way of doing game development, I guess. So for me, I know what to expect from these wishlist numbers on my games. Regulator City, maybe 1k, 2k, hopefully 3k wishlist. I'm gonna try to connect with YouTubers or Twitch streamers and see if something happens there and if they want to play my game. Of course, the Steam Fest demo that's coming up, it's already done. I've been working on that this week. The demo is up and ready to go. I'll push some updates probably because I'll be working on the game and I know it can be better. So I'm gonna push updates, but the demo is set and ready to go, and you will be able to play the game. It's far from done, but hopefully it will attract new gamers and new people to the game and wishlist it. And I'll probably do early access for this game, but that's going to be a topic for another video because there's a lot to be said about early access as well. For now, this was it about wishlists. Now, one more little thing. There was this little spike and I think it came from TikTok, not sure, but I've been doing more and more TikTok videos. The biggest reason is that I get a lot more views and interaction there, especially compared to Twitter or Instagram. So I'm just gonna try TikTok for a while. Not stopping the videos because I like this long format. You can't do that on TikTok. But yeah, come follow me on TikTok as well for just silly, small, short videos. No dancing, no weird miming to music. Just game development related stuff. And if you have other questions about wishlist or whatever, drop them in the comments below or hop by on Discord, and of course share the video with everybody you think might be interested in this. And I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.